Yo, what's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to be doing some reactions off of, bad advice and things that I see on the internet. Yes, you're going to have a small dose of my passive-aggressive rants, and also it's a good way to learn something. Hopefully, it's a good way to cover a broad range of topics in one video. All right, so let's start with the first one. This one says, "Hey, tax pros, is it improper to file a Schedule C for the owner of a nonprofit and claim his expenses related to running the organization?" This is not a question about how to file a 990. This is a question about the owner's individual income and expenses. All right, so what I believe this person is asking is it okay for the owner of a nonprofit, a W-2 employee of the nonprofit, to file a self-employed Schedule C tax form to deduct his personal expenses, or maybe some expenses that he's paid personally that are used to benefit the nonprofit? The answer is, well, the question is it improper? And yes, it is very improper to do this. You cannot do this. That's illegal. If you're an employee of a company, you cannot be taking self-employed deductions and expenses, for things related to that company. The best thing you can do here as a nonprofit or as an employee is to create an employee reimbursement accountable plan. That means if any employees spend their own personal money to benefit the nonprofit, then the nonprofit would reimburse the employees for those expenses. This is the cleanest, most legitimate way to do this, and it just requires a little bit of setting up, making sure you have an accountable reimbursement plan, policy for your company, and then it just takes some extra paperwork, like filling out expense reports to submit to the company, and then the company will reimburse the employee for this kind of thing. This is the only legitimate way to do this. The only other way to do this is just to have the nonprofit pay for these expenses instead of having the owner or the employees pay for these expenses. So not sure why the owner is doing that, but to answer the original question, yes, it is very improper to just file Schedule C to claim random expenses or even expenses that benefit the company. I have filed my taxes through TurboTax, and I have reduced my taxable income by adding Schedule E foreign expenses up to $20,000. Everything is good until now. The thing is, I'm trying to apply for home loans. The bankers are asking for details and documents of the Schedule E expenses, but I don't have that, and the bankers are rejecting my application. What should I do now, apart from amendments? If I amend, I need to pay back about $7,000. Okay, dumbass. This guy just admitted on the internet to committing tax fraud. He says right here, he filed his taxes through TurboTax, and he just added a Schedule E for foreign expenses for $25,000. Like, he just did that to reduce his taxable income. Like, dude. And now, of course, the loan officers or the mortgage lenders are not going to approve that, because that just looks fishy as hell. And now, if you want to be approved for a loan, you obviously need to show more income than what you already reported. If you amend it, then now you're looking at potentially committing mortgage fraud, because you're doing it to get approved for a loan, and you're throwing a flag on yourself for tax fraud. So you really kind of screwed yourself in this situation. That's the problem with TurboTax. Sometimes people I see online that they get larger refunds, or they owe less money when they do it themselves through TurboTax than when they did it through a tax professional. Well, it doesn't mean that you did it correctly yourself. You probably, you might have done something illegal. You might have done something that you shouldn't have done through TurboTax. And because the IRS has so many taxpayers to go through, so many tax returns to process, they're likely not going to audit you. Your chances of being audited are very unlikely unless you did something really, really dumb. So in this case right here, this is illegal. This person admitted to doing something illegal. Everybody in the comments called him out for it. It's just a ridiculous question to be asking in a tax preparer group. This is also supposed to be a tax professional. So I don't know what to believe anymore. All right, and this next picture was just an image that somebody posted from one of their clients who got into day trading. And day trading could be fun. A lot of that happens during the pandemic. People got stuck at home, they have some stimulus money, they start, investing in stocks and maybe day trading. Well, this is from 2021, and this poor bastard lost $1.4 million of money in day trading, which is just, I have no comments here except, damn, that sucks. And I don't know how it gets to the point where you lose 1.4 million. At some point you got to be like, oh, it's time to stop. But man, I feel for this person. All right, and the last thing I'm going to address here is something I found as an advertisement on Facebook. But before I get to that, please do subscribe to my channel if you're new here and smash the like button. All right, so this advertisement says anyone can start an online tax business. There's a checkbox for income, there's a checkbox for freedom, and there's a checkbox for fulfilling work. Well, as a tax professional, I'm questioning that fulfilling work right there. I'm questioning it. But anyways, grab your hard copy today for $17. So for $17, you can learn to start a tax preparation business. And this is the exact problem of why, and the exact reason why I'm doing these videos, is because we have tax professionals online in communities asking these completely dumbass questions, and these professionals who have no business preparing tax returns. And it's probably from programs like this right here, $17. You see this guy with the dumbass fedora and smiling on his laptop at the park. And that's not what tax work looks like, dude. Tax work looks like depression, alcohol, and caffeine. It doesn't look like this dude at all. So yeah, this is the problem here. You have these programs, advertising for $17. You can start your tax business. You can learn how to start your tax business. And no, there's a lot more that goes into, preparing taxes, knowing the tax laws, than just data entry and filling out forms on the computer. That's like the surface of the iceberg. The tax code is the part of the iceberg that's underwater, the depth of knowledge. And this ad right here just pisses me off, because there's people that are going to buy this. They're going to see the checkbox next to income, and they're going to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to start my tax business. I'm going to make tons of money, and at the same time probably screw up a lot of people's tax returns. So, all right, that's all. Thanks for joining me today. My name is Ryan. Again, if you're new here, please consider subscribing to my channel and smash the like button if you found this video helpful, and I will see you next week.
I hit the function, hit the rose till I hiccup. I hit the stage and leave with money that's a sticker. She picture perfect, so I told him I'm a flicker. Bill, I'm in the mood for a change up. I leave the city and return with my change up.